The time is 10 a.m. and this is WKYT Midmorning. A driver swept away by floodwaters is feared lost in Anderson County.
Another attack on police officers, this one in San Diego. One man is dead.
And Hillary Clinton officially accepts the Democratic presidential nomination.
This is WKYT Midmorning.
Good morning and welcome. It's your Friday, July 29th. Good to have you with us. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey. This is another WKYT First Alert weather day. The ground is very saturated out there.
And it's those heavy downpours that come quickly. Let's check in with meteorologist Micah Harris up top.
Yeah, that's what we're watching right now. Seeing a few showers roll across the region. Some of these are pretty heavy downpours down toward the southeast as you're working your way back towards, say, the Leslie County area. And then the heaviest rain at this moment. Remember, it's hit and miss. It's very spotty. About 90 or 80% of our viewing area right now is not even seeing rain. So it's just going to be that way the rest of the day. It's just kind of hit and miss. Owingsville picking up on some of that rain. Sharpsburg, roll up, say, Maysville Road off into Hillsborough and Flemingsburg in Fleming County. Flemingsburg not seeing it, in more of Hillsborough, and then just north of Moorhead along 64. That's a wet go at it right now. So these are some showers rolling on through, and we have a little bit more on the way. Like I said, it's hit and miss. We're kind of back to that pattern. Yesterday was widespread. Everybody saw rain yesterday, but today it's more of that hit and miss, and when you get those heavy downpours, that's what could cause some problems. We'll get into that forecast, and I'll show you your weekend coming up.
Okay, see you then. Thank you. The search has resumed for at least one person who is missing today as a truck was swept away in a flooded Anderson County river.
The accident happened around 11 o'clock on Rice Road, just south of Lawrenceburg. Rescue crews started searching the area immediately after a report that a driver on Rice Road saw a truck try to cross the Salt River. That truck couldn't make it through the high water and was carried into the swollen river. WKYT's Mark Barber is on the scene. He tells us a helicopter has spotted a vehicle, and the Anderson County Rescue Team is trying to determine if it is the missing truck and if any bodies are inside. Searchers had to call off the rescue efforts around 3 o'clock this morning.
Due to the nature of the darkness into the water tonight and the debris in the water, we felt it was unsafe to put crews in the water at this time until we had a better location of possible vehicle.
We'll have an updated report coming up on WKYT News at noon and immediately on WKYT.com. 2 people were taken to the hospital early this morning after a crash in Boyle County. Deputies and firefighters responded after a report of someone yelling for help on Forkland Road near Johnson Branch Road. When they arrived, they found a Jeep nearly upside down in a creek. The driver, Wade Turner, had run off Forkland Road down a steep drop-off and into the creek. Deputies suspect a tire blowout caused the accident. Both Turner and his passenger, Olivia Souders, suffered non-life-threatening injuries. A flash flooding closed some roads in Montgomery County following yesterday's rain. Officials say Hinkston Creek rose out of its banks and nearly reached a machine shop nearby. No damage was reported.
In San Diego, 2 police officers were shot overnight and one of them has died. At least one suspect is in custody. According to a department spokesperson there, they are still searching for other suspects. The CBS TV affiliate in San Diego is reporting that the officers were part of the San Diego Police gang unit and that the shooting occurred during a traffic stop. The suspect reportedly was wounded as well. No information other than that available on this situation. An update on that at noon. Well, Hillary Clinton and her running mate Tim Kaine are campaigning in Philadelphia today before heading off into Pennsylvania and then Ohio. It comes just a day after the conclusion of the Democratic National Convention.
Clinton made history last night, becoming the first woman to accept a major party nomination for president. The Democratic nominee and other speakers call this election a moment of reckoning. Jamie Yukas has the latest from Philadelphia.
Red, white, and blue balloons rained down on Hillary Clinton, Tim Kaine, and their families, moments after the former Secretary of State's historic moment.
When there are no ceilings, the sky's the limit.
Our next president, Hillary Clinton.
Clinton, who was introduced by her daughter Chelsea, immediately reached out to Bernie Sanders supporters, who repeatedly tried to interrupt her address.
Your cause is our cause.
Throughout the speech, Clinton went back to the night's theme, Stronger Together, and blasted Republican rival Donald Trump's qualifications to be commander-in-chief.
A man you can bait with a tweet is not a man we can trust with nuclear weapons.
Many people who were here inside the arena listening to Clinton's speech told us they feel like she understood what's important to them.
I thought that there was such dignity and class and patriotism that came through.
Others praised four-star General John Allen for his rousing endorsement of Clinton.
We must seize this moment to elect Hillary Clinton.
And commended the father of a fallen Muslim American soldier for taking on Trump head-on.
You have sacrificed nothing and no one.
His statement is probably the single most important statement in this entire election cycle.
Delegates ended the night holding hands in prayer, determined to propel Clinton to victory in November. Jamie Yukas, CBS News, Philadelphia.
The Republican presidential nominee wasted no time firing back at some of the attacks via Twitter. In one tweet, Trump took issue with Clinton's refusal to mention radical Islam. In another, accused her of being, quote, owned by Wall Street.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, Kentucky's longest-serving United States senator ever, says he might want to extend his run in Congress even longer. The Republican was first elected to the Senate in 1984. He still has 4 years left in his current term. But during a taping of Kentucky Newsmakers at WKYT, I asked Senator McConnell if he would run again for a 7th term in 2020.
I'm at the top of my game. I think I've been effective in serving our people, and there's a great likelihood I'll run again.
You can see more of the interview with Senator McConnell on Kentucky Newsmakers. It runs this weekend. It airs Sunday morning at 6 on WKYT and Sunday morning at 10 on the CW Lexington. Well, it has been a cold case for 27 years now, but state police are hoping that new technology will lead to clues in an unsolved murder.
In 1989, someone found a man's decomposed body in a Grant County barn. Police haven't been able to identify the victim, but yesterday they released this digitally enhanced picture hoping someone recognizes him.
This is somebody's child, this is somebody's son, and it could have been somebody's father, husband or whatever. It's helped identify that subject, help the family, put this to rest, and to catch a murderer.
Police got the photo thanks to technology from the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System. They think the man was between 20 and 30 years old, about 6'4" and weighed 220 pounds.
A motorcycle crash has claimed a life in Casey County that happened last night on Kentucky 49 at Bryant Ridge Road just north of Liberty. Dispatchers say a car and a motorcycle were involved. The driver of the motorcycle was killed. His name has not been released. The driver of the car apparently is not facing any charges.
The family of a Georgia woman says they're relieved the man convicted of killing her is back in jail. Police arrested Billy Birchfield in Laurel County, Kentucky last month. Birchfield was convicted of manslaughter for the 1973 death of his wife, Sue Birchfield, in Georgia. But 6 years later, he escaped from prison and went on the run. Police say Billy Birchfield later started using his dead cousin's name and moved to Laurel County. The victim's family says they thought Birchfield would never be found again.
Because I let it go when I thought he was dead. But then when I found out he was alive, I got mad.
Police say a tip from Georgia led them to Birchfield. He's expected to be returned to Georgia soon. A 13-year-old in Whitley County has been charged with assaulting her great-grandmother. It happened Wednesday in the Goldbug community. Deputies say the assault stemmed from an argument over the use of an electronic device. The great-grandmother was taken to UK hospital for injuries to her face and head. Deputies say the teen is being held at the Breathitt County Juvenile Detention Center at this time. Well, keep it right here. This mid-morning, a lot more coming up. We'll take you to Virginia, where the ponies were swimming again, and people turned out to see it.
There they go at Chickadee. Also, some surprising changes on Sesame Street as it moves from public television now to HBO.
We have some showers out there at this very moment, moving eastbound, and a little bit more to go as we make our way into the afternoon. We're going to break down this forecast in your weekend coming up next. We have a few showers over toward eastern Kentucky, a couple of blips down south, but let's focus in on what we have going on back toward I-64. Just got a tweet on Twitter, Micah Harris, WX, check me out and follow me on there. Send me pictures, send me updates. Want to know what's going on across the region over toward Moorhead, Rowan County. You're getting some pretty heavy downpours at this moment, especially just north of downtown Moorhead. This is sliding over toward your Elliott County region, but 64 is going to be a wet go at it from Bath County to Rowan County, so that does include Salt Lick, Owingsville, Hillsborough, and southern portions of Fleming County. Maysville Road is very soaked. Highway 60, Lakeview Heights. Still looks like we're getting some rain in that area too. Go down south into Hazard and you work your way up 15. 15's pretty soaked, but looks like that rain is now sliding to the south of there. Hindman, Pippa Passes, Alice Lloyd College getting a few showers. Moselle as you work your way right across that 421 corridor there in Leslie County, the Hyden region. That's where we're seeing some rain at this very moment. Now let's take you through high resolution model, and this is going to show you an hour by hour forecast. The best chance of rain today, not the only chance, but the best chance is going to be south of I-64. There is a 40% chance of rain today, and it's very hit and miss. Look at these little spots here and there. That's just the way it's going to go. I would say southern zones, Cumberland Parkway, Howard Rogers Parkway. That's my main concern of seeing maybe an isolated spot for some flash flooding. It's my main concern. We got to watch that area. So Cumberland Parkway, Howard Rogers Parkway, and just a little bit south of that. Around that area, that's what we have to watch. There's 10 p.m. and a few rumbles coming in later on this evening, off into the night. Current traffic, I wanted to get you updated on this because I-64 westbound here in Fayette County, we had an injury collision earlier, but that looks like it is squared away. So things are looking pretty good. I-64 westbound, not hearing of any issues now as things have been taken care of. Let's check out your 7-day forecast and what you can expect. Here's your look across the area, hit and miss today and spotty for tomorrow. What that means is, that means that you could see rain, but your grandma down the street may not get it. So it's just going to be kind of that, some get it, some do not. And if you do get it, especially in areas that picked up that 3-4 inches of rain yesterday, remember, most of us were 1 to 2 inches, but some were a little bit higher, 3 and 4 inches. A lot of rain fell yesterday in a few locations. So if you get another heavy thunderstorm over you in that area, that could lead to some problems, especially low-lying areas. You know where you live. You know how it's flood-prone in your region. Just know that today is one of those days that you could get an isolated spot like that.
And we've got several areas cleaning up or dealing with issues.
Right. We really do. Well, thousands gathered for the 91st annual Pony Swim in Chincoteague, Virginia.
Watch them go. The pony swim takes just about 9 minutes to complete in all, but spectators are there hours in advance. Many made their way through mud and battled mosquitoes just to get the best view of the ponies arriving on land. Look at that.
It is something to see.
It really is. Once the ponies made it to shore, people flocked to the herd, snapping photos to capture the moment. After a brief rest for the horses, it was time for the parade down Main Street to the carnival grounds. The entire day from the swim to the parade is crucial for the island and the fire department. That's what they're known for. They make a lot of money. Tourists come.
Man, just look at
enjoy
that.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, absolutely.
Literally.
You can see why. I know. You can see why people really do want to be a part of it and watch it all.
Yeah.
Take a few pictures. Well, a best-selling novel comes to the big screen today.
And Sesame Street is making changes. Chris Martinez has your eye on entertainment.
Here goes. 3 veteran cast members are out at Sesame Street. Gordon, Luis, and Bob will not be a part of the show as it moves to HBO. But Sesame Street says they will remain a beloved part of its family.
Have a rotten day, Michael Keaton.
A huge honor for veteran actor Michael Keaton. The Golden Globe winner received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame Thursday. Keaton starred in blockbusters including Beetlejuice, the Batman franchise, and most recently, Spotlight.
This is all we have. We have each other.
And Ellen Page and Evan Rachel Wood play sisters in Into the Forest. The women are forced into survival mode when a massive blackout leaves the entire continent in the dark. Director Patricia Rosamond says this is a different type of apocalyptic film.
It could be that without electricity, these little phones that we are so in love with and our little technology that is so sexy and exciting and allows us contact, if that goes, then what? And that's what this film looks at.
Into the Forest is based on a best-selling novel. It arrives in theaters today. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
All right, Boomerang, Little Nicky, House Party, the Friday trilogies. If you liked any of those movies, you'll want to stick around with us.
We have a familiar face in the studio next on WKYT. Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is $20 million, and tomorrow's Powerball is $478 million.
And welcome back into Mid-Morning on WKYT. You probably remember him best from the Friday movie trilogies. His scene-stealing roles in Boomerang and House Party made him one of the most memorable funny men in America.
Actor and comedian John Witherspoon is here with us, sharing some laughs with us, and we do welcome you very much. Glad to have you here.
Thanks for having me again.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Yes, I'm doing very good.
Except you did tell us you were getting old. And,
I'm getting old.
Yeah.
It's hard to accept that.
Is it?
Well, I take so many pills every day. I take 15 pills. That's ridiculous. I take high blood pressure, cholesterol, gout, sugar diabetes, diaper rash.
I'm glad you threw that one in too.
Goes, huh?
There you go. Yeah, absolutely.
But you said you were telling us you still wanted to have more kids, maybe?
Well, I'd like to have two more. I have two sons. I'd like to have two more. LeBron James and Stephen Curry.
Well, that would add to the mix, wouldn't it?
They would add to the mix, and they make so much money. I'm sure they would buy me a house, a new car, and let me stay with them when I want to, in my boat.
And a boat. Just make it really good. You know, in a lot of your movies, your appearances, how do you always do it? You are the one that after it's all over, they say the scene stealer was.
Yeah. Well, you know what happened to me? I have a script, but the stuff is not funny in the script, so I wait till they say and action, and I do my own lines.
And then they're funny.
And they love it. And then they love it. Oh, let's keep that in.
You just do it the way you want to do it, huh?
So all the movies that you've seen that I'm stealing scenes is because I would do my own lines. So they say, okay, now do your own lines.
Yeah. And you've got a lot going on. You still have the YouTube series that you have.
I have a cooking show.
Yeah.
I have fun with it.
Yeah.
I don't get paid for it. It's called Cooking for Poor People, because when you're hungry, everything tastes good. So I cook a bunch of crap.
And then just enjoy it, right?
And enjoy it, yeah. Like when you invite your lady over, you don't have any money, you have 2 fried egg sandwiches for dinner and a lot of mayonnaise, make it look good.
Yeah.
And I recommend a tall glass of Mad Dog 2020 with it.
just to make it perfect.
Yeah.
Top it off.
Yeah. You get a little buzz, everything tastes good.
Oh, you're looking forward to hitting the stage. You still love to do live comedy.
when I'm here, but it's hard to get up and travel now.
Yeah.
5 hours last night coming here, 4.5, 5.
Yeah.
Then next week I do the same thing.
Yeah.
So I'm getting old. It's hard to accept getting on them planes, boys. Eat the same thing. We have omelet and some potatoes. Every airline, same thing for breakfast. What do you want? I don't want nothing. Just get away.
And now I see why you're driven to your own cooking show.
I got my own cooking
great.
show. Fried eggs and Thunderbird wine with.
Everybody, come on out to see him at Comedy Off Broadway. We're so glad you were here today.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming by.
And keep it right here this mid-morning.
Back in a moment, we'll check in with the Mr. Food Test Kitchen next. Not cooking for poor people, but, anybody can fix this. We're back in a moment.
Whenever I make a cake that has a really good frosting, I like to bake it in a rim baking sheet rather than a typical 9x13 pan, because that way the cake will be thinner and there'll be more frosting in every bite. And if you're wondering, will there be enough batter to fill a big baking pan like this? Just watch. For our batter, after mixing together some sugar, eggs, vegetable oil, and vanilla, we add a can of pineapple, juice and all, and our dry ingredients. You see, this goes into a 10x15 rim baking sheet, and we pop it in the oven. While the cake bakes, we make our frosting by beating together marshmallow cream, cream cheese, and powdered sugar. When the cake cools, we'll slather on some frosting and finish it off with some toasted coconut. I bet right now you wish you could reach through your TV and grab a forkful. The combo of the pineapple and the coconut makes this a winner. And it doesn't get any more summery than this. So why not go online and print the recipe for our crazy good pineapple sheet cake? That way you'll have it on hand for the weekend. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a tropical way for you to say, ooh, it's so good. You love eating.
Tasty.
They do love
We
to
love
eat.
eating.
Don't
Don't we all?
Yeah, I was about to say, we all love eating. Okay, let's talk about these thunderstorms for today. Remember, it is hit and miss as we go through the day. So some will see the rain, some will not. If you do see the rain and heavy downpours, that's when it gets a little interesting later on this afternoon, because you could get some isolated flooding spots. And so that's why we have that first alert severe weather day for you. We're not expecting widespread flooding. It's nothing like that. But what it could be is an isolated spot here or there. So that's what we need to be watching out closely for. This weekend, guys, Saturday is your best chance of rain as opposed to Sunday. Sunday is more of a smaller opportunity. So if you have plans this weekend, a lot of events going on, if you have those, I would say stick to them. Just know a passing shower or thunderstorm could affect your day.
All right, keep it in
Very
mind.
localized situations, right. Okay, thank you so much for being with us on WKYT Mid-Morning. We have a lot to update you on with the news and weather coming up at noon.
See you then.